Welcome to Niece's World. This is Shanice, and if you're new to my channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, welcome and thank you so much for returning. On this video, it's all about planning your goals for the following new year. However, your goals need to be actionable and realistic goals. Just think about it. All the time that you have literally sat down, created your New Year's resolution, and how many of them were successful? Just sit down and think about that. I know for me, I've set some unrealistic goals that I've always never accomplished for the new year, but this is going to change because I'm going to give you a step-by-step guides on strategies that help me set realistic goals that I just knock out for the following new year. The first thing you need to do is reflect on the past year. In this instance, we're going to reflect on 2024. Sit down and think about 2024. Because you need to reflect on the good and the bad and what could have been better. When you sit down and think about the good, the bad, and what could have been better, I want you to grab a pen and paper and write all your wins that you accomplished this year. Congratulations to you. And also write down all your failures. Something that you wish that you succeed on but you did not. Anything could be a failure. Don't overthink it in that sense. And then also ask yourself, what did you accomplish this year that you really wanted to accomplish? What held you back this year from accomplishing the goals that you wanted to accomplish? And what are you most proud of? When you sit down and think about that, that's going to help you actually understand and get down to nitty-gritty about this past year on what worked, what didn't work, and how can you improve and move forward for the following new year to set those realistic goals. Since one thing that I did set and accomplish is getting the car that I wanted as my gift to myself, and I planned that and I got that in March, and that was an actionable goal that I had a step-by-step. I said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to have this money as my down payment, I'm going to make sure my credit is good to at least get some form of discount regarding interest rates, even though interest rates are ridiculous, and I'm going to be able to, and I paid extra towards my car at some point just to be able to use that towards it, to say, hey, I've done this, I did that, and I created those goals and I knocked it out the park. The power of SMART goals. So SMART is specific, which is your clear and defined goals. Measurable, which is to track your progress. A, which is achievable, realistic based on your time and resources. Relevant, which is aligned with your priorities. And time bound, which is you set deadlines. So the way I think about it is that, let's say for the following new year, which is something that I want to do, I want to achieve as well, I want to save $10,000 in my bank account by the end of December 31st, 2025. So being that I set that realistic goal, I know specifically what I want to do. Measurable, how am I going to track my progress, meaning that I could use a planner, I could use I could use that to track my goal. I'm being realistic and setting a time and resources. So I set a realistic time I put towards the end of next year, because for all you know, I could probably accomplish it a few months prior, but it's just setting that goal that extends out a little bit will definitely help you a lot and align with your priorities. Let's say that I start off by paying $5, then I move up to 100, but I'm setting the goal to my point that, hey, I'm setting this realistic goal to save 10K by next year, but I'm making sure that it doesn't burden me trying to set that goal and pushes me back when it comes to paying my bills. Think about that as well. And then you set your deadline. The deadline was set for next year, 2025. Here's another example. I've set some pretty unrealistic goals that I want to lose 30 pounds in like 3 months. And let's be clear, unless I literally go on a strictest diet and work out 24/7 to achieve that goal, I will achieve it. But I want to set a realistic goal. I want to lose 20 more pounds. So considering that I want to lose 20 more pounds, I'm going to set the goal that I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. The reason why I said 6 months is because that gives me opportunity to see what works with my body, what doesn't work with my body. If there's a time that I actually revert to old ways, how I could push back through and move on from there. And when you set goals like that, that actually helps you, and to say, okay, you don't really overextend yourself and then you fall short, because unfortunately that tends to happen. Another thing you could do is break your goals into mini goals, and that actually helps you to be able to accomplish the big goal that you want to accomplish. So let's say you want to lose 20 pounds, like I give that instance. So now I'm breaking it down. I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. I'm going to break it down to know how many pounds do I need to lose each week to be able to lose those pounds, those 20 pounds in 6 months. I have to figure out, okay, I have to eat better. So I have to track how I'm eating and focus on my calorie intake and try to work out 4 to 5 or 3 to 5 times a week to see what workouts work with me and what doesn't work with me. Maybe there may be one week I binge. Okay, I binge just 1 week. The following week, this is what I'm gonna do. These are the little steps I'm gonna take. Another example is like you want the 10K you want to save in the following year. Okay, you want to, for the whole year you want to save 10K. So you think about it. How much money do I need to save up? So let's say, okay, I'm getting tax return. Even if it's $100, I take that tax return and I put that. Let's say I got a raise. Okay, that's great. I got a raise. I'm going to put that money, and that the extra money that I got from my raise is probably an extra $20, $30. Boom, I put that there. Oh my gosh, I got a bonus from work. All right, let's say I got a 1,000K bonus. Okay, I got a 1,000K bonus. Boom, put that. Just think about it like that. Have that main goal that you're trying to achieve, and then have like mini goals that are added up to it, so you could be able to achieve it more, that it doesn't put too much stress on. It's very important when you create your goals to focus on one goal at a time and do not overextort yourself, because that's when you revert to old ways and you feel like you don't want to do this anymore and you go back to your old toxic habits that we're trying to get rid of. Trust me, I have done that so many years. It's been nauseating just thinking about it. Every year I said I'm going to lose so much weight, and then the first like 4 to 6 months I grind, and then literally for the summertime I get lazy, and then I gain the weight back plus more, and then I'm back at it again. And I always try to do so many things at once. I'm trying to pay off credit card and save money, and I want to pay like 5 cards at one time. And I have to take a step back and say, Shanice, okay, you have to think about it from this point of view. You're trying to pay off 2 credit cards. Instead of trying to pay them off 2 at the same time, say focus on 1 card and say I'm going to pay off this 1 card first, then I'll move on to paying off the next card. And when you have that mindset, it's going to help your goals be more achievable than it was prior. Because trust me, I understand exactly what you guys go through, because we're all human and we all go through. Next is try to build habits that will support your goals. So if your goal is to lose the weight, try to start saying, how am I going to find ways to eat healthier? Maybe try to cook more meals at home. Then when you go out, try to find ways to swap out sweets for fruits, or something that's salty for something else, but also try to eat things in moderation. Say, okay, what I normally do is that I am a sucker for Oreos. So what I do is, instead of me buying the big Oreos that I know I'll eat and finish off within 2 days, I literally go to the gas station and buy like the Oreos that's like come like 8 in a pack, and I just probably like eat. Sometimes I'll eat it in one setting, and then sometimes I'll eat it for the next following day. But when I had that mindset that I'm not gonna buy this big old Oreo, I'm just going to buy the small thing, that's helping me towards my goal to find out how am I gonna eat in moderation, eat better, and to not overindulge in sweets like I normally would in junk. And also, accountability is going to be very important during that process. You have to hold yourself accountable. What I mean by that is, you literally have to sit down and say, okay, I've noticed I've been doing this, I should be doing that, and how am I going to hold myself accountable to say, I messed up and I'm going to fix this. You have to think about that when you're setting your goals, and that's going to help you to stay on your toes and to be able to achieve your goals for the following week. And lastly, I would say is understand that you may get setbacks, and don't be hard on yourself about it. That's something that I want you guys to understand. You may have a goal to save 10K. You save the 10K and a family emergency happens and you have to take 5K out of it. It's okay. Be thankful, blessed, and grateful that you had that 10K saved up to be able to pay for that family emergency that cost 5K. So let's say you lost 50 pounds and you got sick and you have to get your health back and you gained 20 pounds. You still lost 30 pounds. Just grind to lose that 20 pounds. It's okay. Let's say that you were supposed to graduate in 2025. And unfortunately, life happens. You have to graduate in 2026. You are still accomplishing your goal and graduating. So I want you guys to sit back and think about that. When you set your goals for next year, it's going to be realistic, but life happens. And I want you guys to be like, don't be too hard on yourself. Try to understand that and move on and think, you know what, life happens, but I'm grateful that I had accomplished this along the way, and this is how I'm going to improve for the following. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope that you rate, share, like, subscribe, you tell a friend, all that good stuff. Stay bougie and stay blessed. Bye.